I recently received a report that our district is 17 in the poverty line across the city council 51 districts. So that means two things. One, we're doing better than 34 other districts. And two, that we are a working community and we need to have housing that allows working people to survive and pay their rent. Not every piece of housing that's built or constructed can be for individuals or families that are not working or being subsidized. The reason I say that, after doing the research and talking to folks, we've built a lot of housing in this district, but a lot of it has been subsidized, and the working person is coming to our office saying, listen, I want housing, but I just can't afford it. Well, we got to make sure that we change that. So I've been speaking with developers and ensuring that as we build new housing, that the person who wants to pay rent is able to pay rent. And if you are, and we have this thing called the invisible homeless that people don't always talk about. That's the individual that ended up having to go back home, not because they were irresponsible with their funding or spending, but just because of the economic situation and climate that we're involved in right now, that they have to return back home because they just couldn't cut the mustard out there. We need to make sure that that individual is put back on the radar, and if someone wants to go out and pay their rent and be independent again, they have an opportunity to do so. As much as we love our children, we know once they leave, we're not looking for them to come back unless it's the holiday and they don't have dinner. So we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to be stand up on their own, and then I want to make sure I will continue to have that conversation with the other leaders in the district, especially my brother Carl Hastings. We want to make it happen, right, brother? All right. So, moving on to number 5, nitrogen. Nitrogen is very important to us. We have 5 nitrogen developments in our community. And I just recently sat down with the commissioner of nitrogen to discuss the challenges that we've had in Edenwald and Baychester and Gun Hill. And one of the things that we had to do in order to create this environment, I made a commitment to work with nitrogen and the tenant association as I have been, and making sure that we continue to provide funding, not only just for projects for reconstruction, but all the CEOs that are in there that take care of the youth centers and take care of the senior citizens. So I'm excited about what we've been able to do so far, and just giving an opportunity that $500,000 was already given to Baychester community for upgrades, and Nitrogen's already committed $1.6 million for closed circuit television cameras in Edenwald, and another $352,000 to making sure that we improve the land on there. So we're excited about what's happening in Edenwald, but we also had to do more. And what we did was $67,000 in Eastchester Garden to improve the grounds there. And for fiscal year 14, I allocated $325,000 along with Senator Thompson as well as the borough president. We have over $900,000, and we're going to be putting in a security system in Edenwald and Eastchester houses, from the doors to the buzzers to the cameras, to making sure that the tenants in Eastchester house can feel safe about where they live. And one other thing I will share with you, Boston Seacourt. One of the things that I've been looking to do with Boston Seacourt, they have this beautiful field that's open that hasn't been utilized in forever. So today I will be announcing that I'm allocating $625,000 to make sure that we create a nice, beautiful field for the residents of Boston Seacourt. This is just the beginning. We have a lot coming down the pipeline for nitrogen, and I'm looking forward to the work that we're getting ready to do. Number 6, I am looking and I am establishing a 12th district cabinet to help me to deal with the quality of life issues here in the 12th district. Senator Hastings, Senator Thompson, and Councilman will tell you, it's only 4 of us. And while we're in Washington, Albany, or here at City Hall, we need partners right here in the district that can work in one accord. So the establishment of this 12th district cabinet council will help me understand more what's going on and be the gatekeepers of the 12th district. For example, one of the things that we've been struggling with is, in the quality of life issues, is garbage on the street. Anybody knows if you go up and down White Plains Road on any given Saturday, trash pails are filled with trash all over the community. So what we ended up doing last year when I took office, I came up with what we call Operation job training, job interviewing skills, and my office has been working currently right now in the New York Urban League, the CEO Academy, the Fortune Society Project Compass, which prepares and trains people and interviews not only just for this mall, but for jobs all over. Now, for my friends that live in Co-op City, I'm just going to briefly, if you live in the 83rd, just bear with me. There's an elephant in the room when it comes to Co-op City in this mall. While we are excited about the possibilities that the work that's going to come and people being employed, there are some real concerns in regards to the traffic patterns that are going to come into play. We don't know what the traffic's going to look like, we just know it's going to be a whole lot more. But we've been working with the state DOT, Assembly Member Villadell and Hasty, and Senator Thompson to have a conversation to make sure how we figure out how we can create better traffic patterns and using I-95 and the Hutchinson River Parkway to ensure that traffic flow doesn't have a greater impact on normal activity in Co-op City. Will it be completed by the time this mall is open in August? No. But all I'm asking you, if you live in Co-op City, if you're visiting Co-op City, just be patient, because I think the pluses outweigh the temporary discomfort that we're going to have when this new mall opens, when people start having their own money, being able to provide for themselves and feel better about themselves because they are able to take care of themselves and their families. So patience, I learned, is always a virtue. So Co-op City 12th District, let's be patient as we continue to build and improve an economic prosperity for all of us here in the 12th District. Number 8. As a union man, once union, once labor, always union. Before I was elected to the city council, I was a member of DC 37 Local 371, ACS, Investigated Child Abuse and Neglect, and then currently after that, moving on to 1199 SEIU. One of the things that you heard from the great Dr. Ralph Abernathy III talk about how 1189 was so instrumental in the civil rights movement, that today I figure that the best way to keep unions together and make sure that we stay on the same page and the right page of fairness and equity in the job force and in civil forces, that I'm starting a District 12 Labor Roundtable where I'll be meeting with labor leaders and district labor residents here in the 12th District to discuss those issues and make sure that I'm on the right page in the conversation so we can advocate correctly for everyone. I don't want people to ever get confused about the 12th District or even labor. Because there's this misconception by those out who are doing union busting that there is labor and then there is the community. Well, I give you a little scenario. In the 12th district, 75% of our makeup are labor people. So labor is the community. I don't want us ever to get confused, because if it wasn't for the work of the pioneers and the labor movement, some of the benefits that we benefit today, just as simple as a lunch break, would not even exist today. Those 15-minute breaks wouldn't exist today. Working 7 hours a day wouldn't exist today. The things that we take for granted because someone died in the workforce before, it's time to understand where we came from so we can build on it and not neglect it. So that was establishing that, and I have also talked to a number of laborers how we're going to bring apprenticeships into the district to educate and train our young brothers and sisters who are looking for jobs in the labor force. Number 9. This one is close to my heart. You see all these little people with yellow shirts running around here? Well, the Bronx Youth Empowerment Program has a program called Connections. And when we started this program over 8 years ago, one of the things that came out of it was called Connections. Connections is a program that allows NYPD and our youth to build better relationships. Once a month, the youth would meet with NYPD, and they got to learn policing, they got to meet officers. So at a point in time when we were out on the street, and Sean was walking down White Plains Road to 219th Street and ran into Officer Bell, and Officer Bell said to Sean, I need for you really not to stand on this corner. Sean's response would be, thank you, Officer Bell, and we'll move. But those who never went through the program, Officer Bell was to ask them, listen, young man, we need for you to step off the corner. Well, that man's response would be, this is America, why you gotta do this? Then they find themselves with handcuffs, faces on the ground. Well, this connection program we're looking to expand to make sure that we improve better relationships with NYPD, because through all the madness and whatever we think and however we feel, at the end of the day, if there's a crisis, you're calling after Jesus, you call it 911. So we want to make sure that our relationship with NYPD is a sound and secure one and a respectful one in the same way. I remember the time with ECOT, and things you drink, the things you put in your body or don't put in your body, the way you talk to people, the way you think about yourself. Because as good as you feel physically, you need to feel the same way mentally, so it doesn't have an impact on your environment and everything else. If we can get to that place where all of us are feeling mentally strong and physically strong, we can cut down on a lot of healthcare costs. So I want to let you know that statistically data also shows that our district is what they call a desert, food desert. We don't have enough healthy foods and healthy markets out here in the 12th district. So I'll be looking at advocating for more wellness and working with Montefiore Hospital to creating these type of wellness zones around the 12th district. So I look forward to that happening soon. Number 11, infrastructure improvements and our business corridors and establishing our merchants throughout our district. Now, one of the things that I'm proud that we've been able to do, small businesses are the backbone of America, and I understand the importance of each one of them, and I'm excited about bringing big businesses as well as new business to our communities, because we need to make sure while we continue to build big businesses, that we ensure that the small mom and pop shops still continue to survive and thrive. So I want to applaud the formation of the Government Road, Boston Road Merchants Association that I had the privilege of sitting down with Lenny Carroll and food and merchants up and down Boston Road that was able to start up from Teddy Nissan all the way to down to Toyota and everyone that's up that shopping corridor. In addition to the Monsieur Montefiore Preservation Center, I'm the president here today. Thank you for joining us today. And there's a lot that we have to do that will allow us to put this infrastructure together and create bids, but it all starts with our merchants associations. So just to give you an idea of what kind of money has already been put into the 12th district, the mayor's budget over $70 billion. We in the city council are responsible for about $500 million of that, but through the administration, there are agencies in that budget that are required to do certain work, which is what we approve when we come to the end of, which we come to the agreement at the end of June 30th when we complete the budget. So just to give you an idea of what we've done over the year, the Department of Environmental Protection, Transportation and Design and Construction completed a 3-year, $26.6 million infrastructure upgrade project in our Bridge neighborhood. The project included the installation of more than 3 miles of water mains and 69 new fire hydrants to ensure the reliable delivery of drinking water to homes and businesses and adequate pressure to fight fires. In addition, more than a mile of sewers and 140 catch basins were installed to ensure proper drainage from stormwater from our streets and sanitary sewage from businesses and homes. Now, we do still have a challenge, and I had a conversation with the Speaker's office last week. Now, anybody knows that if you drive up and down Bartow Avenue, headed into Co-op City, it's right outside the valley, where they've done some new homes, where the storage place is, there's a point that when it's raining or it's very hot, there is a horrendous odor that just comes from nowhere. So, what we've learned that when developers were building, there was a lot of info that they didn't do correctly. They built on top of garbage and waste. So what is happening right now is you get this foul odor. So I told them that the DEP, we need to get DEP, whoever did their studies in before, we understand it's going to cost millions to get it done, but we need to put the money up front and try to put it in the back, because we come back here 10 years from now and we have our children who have cancer and all kinds of illnesses because our community was neglected. We deserve better, we're taxpayers, and we need to stand up strong together and count the hell and make this happen right. In addition, 60 blocks of resurfaced road, new sidewalk curbs, and pedestrian ramps, 144 new street lights, and 3 new traffic signals will all help to improve safe environments for pedestrians, cyclists, and drivers. The project also included the planting of 48 new trees that will help clean the air and provide shade in the warmer months. The project was funded by the Department of Environmental Protection and Transportation and was managed by the Department of Design and Construction. In addition, we have a virtual law station that's proposed to come to Co-op City, and we're eager to make that happen, and all parties are on board. So it will take us about 20 minutes to get from our district to Manhattan, which we all know if anyone drives the West Side Highway, it takes the train, it takes a whole lot more time than 20 minutes to get down to Manhattan. So I'm looking forward to, as we partner with the state, with the governor, with Assembly Member high-level platforms, and with the pedestrian overpass to the station. There will also be access for disabled persons per the Americans with Disability Act, ample parking for bicycles because we're promoting health and wellness. Now, who does not have a bicycle? Who does not have a bicycle? Yeah. It's time to get on the bicycle train, and you want to put some gas in your legs, that's the way you do it, right? Get a bicycle. Because there will be ample parking for bicycles, and the reason for this is to bring down on pollution, but also parking spaces over there, so there will be no parking for automobiles. Number 12, community accountability. I said to you, PPAWP. PPAWP. People pay attention to people who participate. I'll say it again. People pay attention to people who participate. Join me in this one. People pay attention to people who participate. I tell this to you, I tell this to everyone. There is a reality in this world that if you do things and you show up to places, people acknowledge you. If you volunteer your time and give up yourself, you know when opportunities arise, you know who they pay attention to? The people who participate. So I'm asking us all, right now is the time to make sure that you do all that you can, whether it's showing up to a community board meeting, a police precinct meeting, a city council hearing, or just another community meeting, or organize your own meeting or a meeting to bring people together about something. Now is the time. We cannot be in the era anymore that you send us to Washington, Albany, or City Hall, and then turn your backs on us and complain about us on Sunday morning about something we did not do. We need everybody in the neighborhood to take ownership of this neighborhood, and today we'll be holding everyone accountable. What have you done today to improve the 12th district? What have you done to make your neighbor's life a little bit better? What have you done to make your life a little bit better? Because when you do better for yourself, you do better for others. So I'm asking you all to remember this, because God is funny. God is very funny. He took the smallest, one of the smallest creatures he created, and he did it right every time. And that's the ant. Anytime an ant needs to get something done, the colony comes together. They don't care if the breath smell, if you walk with a limp, if the tentacles is broke, they don't care less. We got a job to do, and we get it done. We need to take on the mantra of the ant and figure out when we're working for the common cause that we get it out of our own human way and not get the crabs in the barrel and stop complaining and hating on each other, because when we hate on each other, we hate on ourselves. So I'm asking you all today to put all that to the side, and it's time to move something on a common goal, and let's hold each other accountable to work together, to be together, and be successful together. Can we do that? Now, one of the things that happened on my inauguration, we need to continue to work as a community, but understanding who we are as a community. During my inauguration, I unveiled the District 12 flag, as you see it posted here and up there. It has never been done before. And my thinking for that is the 12th district, as I'll take a phrase from Mayor Jenkins, is a beautiful mosaic. So whether you're from Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Dominica, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Ecuador, Mexico, St. Kitts, Montserrat, Brazil, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, you name it, you claim it, we have it right here in the 12th district. So I decided, what can we do differently to get different results? Well, I said, let's unify ourselves under one umbrella as opposed to dividing ourselves upon many of those flags. And that was the spirited learning behind the 12th district flag. And I'm looking forward to all our organizations getting one and falling online until we can make sure that the 12th district is a better place for all of us to live. Can we come to one agreement and bring unity back to our community? So, the flag, I'm just going to briefly explain to you what this flag is. I was asked, what is the symbols on this flag? Well, when you look at the olive branches, now we know the olive branches can't fight in this war. But you know how teenagers are. So what Danny did, he went and got 40 of his partners. And they said, we're going to fight, we're going to make a last stand. Sure enough, they made a last stand. Even though all 40 of them perished, they protected this land from Wapatos Falls to the North Bronx, and the British did not invade this territory. So I want to give him a hand because he made it happen with our ancestors, knowing what this is all about here in the North Bronx. In addition, you will see the river that flows there. That was the path that they used, the Bronx River that went up and down from the northland all the way down to the northland of the Bronx. And then at the top, you see the Star of David, the 12 tribes of Israel, the number 12 for the 12th district, the 12 because I was born on the 12th. I said, no, that is number 12. But I don't want anybody ever be confused as we continue to learn our history through the Bible and the scriptures. We are in the church today, and as much as I love America, understanding world history and biblical history, once you learn more and more about your history, there's a piece of Israel in each and every one of us. So I say that to you because this is real significance to who we are in our existence, and I want us to continue to grow and learn together. So with that all being said, it was a pleasure and an honor to have you all come out and hear my vision of the 12-point plan that I have. Is it going to take one day to get it done? Well, we know Rome wasn't built in a day, and Nehemiah took them 52. It might take us 53, but it's going to take us a little bit of time when we continue to work together. I'm looking forward to the dynamic partnership that we're going to continue to build with Community Board 12, our community-based organizations, Community Board 10, Congresswoman Elliott Eagle, Senator Ruth Hassel Thompson, Assemblymember Carl Hasty, Assemblymember Benedetto, and myself, and making sure that we do all I can to represent the 12th district the way the 12th district deserves. I want to thank everyone again. My brother, please join me. The good Dr. Pastor Brown D. Allen, join me. Now, I will say this. God has a way of making things happen. Everything happens in this season and for his reason. And even though this facility is not filled with 500 people, there are people in here who are going to take the Lord's message out to what happened today. And who would have thought? I know I didn't think, and I know he didn't think, over 55, 60 years ago, that there would be another King and Avenant standing together, talking about how do we improve tomorrow for each and every one of us. So I agree to bring this together, and this is just the beginning. For all you kids, hashtag King Avenant together again. God bless. And thank you for being today, everyone. Thank you. In addition, before people can have my staff, all the staff that's here today right now, I want to introduce you to the staff. So when you come to the office, you know the faces that when they greeted with in my office at 940 East Gunner Road, also 250 Broadway, and 135 Einstein New Room 44. So, can I ask the staff to come on up? See Lewis, I see you, meet you up front. Norman Diego. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to introduce you to City Council District 12 staff. C. Lewis, Deputy Chief of Staff. Brian Elvis, Special Assistant.